iṣṭō'viśiṣṭaḥ śiṣṭēṣṭaḥ śiखाṇḍī nahuṣō vṛṣaḥ krōdhahā krōdhakṛtkartā viśvabāhurmahīdharaḥ.
Ishtaha. There are two meanings for this. For the word ishtaha. Ishta means all, we do so many types of rituals. It can be a homa, it can be an ordinary puja, it can be a manasa puja. One who is invoked in all upasana is called as ishtam. Because ishta devata we say. So ishtaha means one who is invoked through our upasana. It can again be saguna, it can be nirguna also. Brahman is our ishtam, or Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Ganapati, Hanumanji, Devi, all are ishtam. So one who is invoked through various rituals. There are so many ways of doing our upasana. Our puja at home, the puja that is there in the temple, what we do, then homa, ityadi, different types of rituals are there. In all rituals and in all upasana, who is the one whom we are invoking? That factor is called as ishtam. That Lord or Bhagavan is called as ishta. That's one meaning. Ishta means I like. So who is he? Bhagavan is the one who is our nearest and dearest. Why he is so close to us? There can't be anybody who is closer than him to us. So he is the nearest and he is the dearest. Very nicely they say, Bhagavan is the broadest and the largest and the longest shoulder on which we can all go and lean on to. All of us can. That much of space is there. Why? All pervading is. If we go and lean on to anybody else, that person moves, we will fall. But Bhagavan cannot move from anywhere from one place to another because he is already pervading. From where to where will he move? Because everywhere he is. So when we lean on to him, that's the safest, surest shoulders for us to lean on to, because we will never fall off. So therefore to whom should we invoke or whom should we worship? That one, therefore he becomes very, very special to us. We depended on her, and then we know what happened. We trusted and then they deceived. We trusted him, deceived. Everybody around us can move away from us. But Bhagavan will never ever move away from us. Therefore, he becomes our nearest and dearest to us. So close he is that there can't be anybody more closer than him to us. And therefore, he becomes ishtam. I love him. Ishtam means my dearest, my nearest. Bhagavan is the nearest and the dearest for all of us. And when we say Bhagavan from Advaita standpoint, Bhagavan is not away from us. Bhagavan is we all. I am Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Brahman am I. Therefore, whom do we love the greatest? We love Lord the greatest. Which means I love myself the most. When we say I love myself the most, it doesn't mean ego or that physical identity, physical, mental, intellectual identity that we are loving. It's not that at all. We are that Paramatma and always we love ourselves the most. It's a different sort of a love. That's why we say God is love. We love ourselves most. Therefore, when we love things and beings outside, Upanishad tells us, we love something not because of the thing or not because of the person, but because of ourselves. Why? That thing or that person is very, very conducive to us. It's aligned to our constitution. And therefore we like. And therefore we love. So we don't love anybody or anything for its sake or for her sake or for his sake. We are loving that thing or that being for our own sake. Why? We love ourselves the most. It's a different sort of a love. It's not that love that we all know of. Egoistic, conditioned love. This is beyond. It's a para. It is beyond. It is prema. We love ourselves, we love our Atman the most. Why? We are that. So in that sense also ishtam. Viśiṣṭaḥ means very, very special. Out of the normal. Not abnormal. Out of the normal. Not normal. Not ordinary. Extraordinary. He is special. He is unique. Why? Like him, nobody else is there. Any of our deities, whether it is Rama or Krishna or Shiva or Devi or Ganesha or Hanumanji, if we go through their glories, like them, nobody. Very special, very unique. Like that, we can't find in any human beings at all. How much ever we try to search for those characteristics and qualities, we will not find it over there. Therefore, he is far specially viṣiṣṭaḥ, not the ordinary. Very, very special. And Dasara has written a very beautiful kirtan. E pariya swabavu inyava devaralli na kane gopi janapriya gopalini gallade. He says, like this sobagu, this beauty, this glory, this strength, this might, I don't find in anybody else. I find it over here. He is so special. Compelling personality, captivating personality. What makes us again and again enter into Ramayana and Bhagavat? Any novel that somebody gives us a story, fictional story, once we read, and then that's it. Supposing somebody says, why don't you read it again? I already know the story. Why should I read it again? Maybe if it's too nice and something out of the world, second time. And then we wait to give away the book to somebody else. But the more we read the Ramayana, the more we read our Puranas, again and again we feel like reading. Every time something new is getting added to our lives. That is Vishishthatana. That's the speciality of the Supreme or of the Lord. That's why Dasura says, E pariya sabhu. And he very beautifully says, Lavanyadalli loka mohaka. When it comes to beauty, oh, he is the most beautiful in all the worlds. Everybody stood over there looking at him, we are told. The cows, the calf, the gopa, the gopis, the peacock, the birds. They would forget to eat, and they keep on gazing at him. Even Yamuna would not want to move forward, we are told. Even his flute, when he is playing the flute also, leave alone him. Even the music that is coming out of the flute, that Krishna is playing. The whole of the Mother Nature is so, almost, frozen over there. Looking at the Lord, his beauty, physical beauty also we are talking about, his stages, his glory, the beautiful qualities that are added onto him, and all the wonderful Leela that he is doing. Anything that he does, he jumps into the water and Kaliya Nartana. Dasara writes a beautiful, there are so many kirtans written on only that. How he jumped into the Yamuna and then danced on Kaliya. Govardhana, that is another one. Like him, nobody. So Dasara says, when it comes to beauty, you are the most beautiful. When it comes to strength, you are the most mighty and the powerful. Nobody like you. When it comes to purifying somebody, you are Ganga Pita. You are the father of Ganga who purifies everybody. You are always something far removed from the normal. We all sleep on mattresses, but you sleep on Adishesha. Who will go and sleep on a snake? An Adishesha coiled up over there. Nobody can. So your bed is so special, out of the normal. So for a bed you have Adishesha. We don't lie down normally on anything other than a mattress. We all have our vahanas, two-wheeler, four-wheeler. Then we go in a flight, whatever it is. Your vahana is completely different. You have taken a bird as your vahana. Can anybody ride on a bird? Not possible. So that kirtan is very beautiful. Dasaru's kirtan, Devarnama we call them, so simple it is. It is in Kannada language, very simple Kannada. He's not used that flowery Kannada over there at all. Nice to sing, simple, we can put a raga and sing, pleasing to the ear. But there is so much that it communicates to us. That is what we should put into us. So viṣiṣṭaḥ, he is completely far removed from all this. Very, very special Bhagavan is. There's a beautiful little instant which is supposed to have happened. With that we'll wind up today's class. Swami Ramatirtha from Punjab, great mathematician. He's a monk, he's a sannyasi. His name is Sri Ramatirtha. Once he went to UK, London he went. This has been recorded. He went to London and he was talking about Krishna there to an audience in a hall. Those days in London, for a crowd to come, it's not going to be a very big crowd, and in a hall, so maybe 100, 150, 200 is a very big number then. And those days, not like nowadays. So small little gathering was there, and he was talking to them about Krishna and his glories. One of them got up and then they asked, "What is it, sir, that is there in this Krishna that the gopis ran behind him? They left everything." That itself is another topic. The gopis, bhakti and love for Krishna. So what is it that, what was it in Krishna that made everybody forget everything and then just run behind him? What was it there? Why did they run behind him? So Swami Ramatirtha heard it. He didn't directly answer. He kept on, it has been recorded, like I said, he kept on talking, continued with the glories of Krishna. When he continued, everybody he knew, he was a very great communicator. He knew that he had connected himself very beautifully with the people, with the audience there. All the audience were with him, in sync with him. Everybody very keenly listening to him. They forgotten themselves. Then we are told he slowly walked down the platform, stepped down from the platform. He continued to talk. He didn't stop. He continued to talk, stepped down from the platform, went down, walked down the aisle and out of the hall. The whole crowd, it's not even Indians, it is not even we people who are familiar with our Puranas. We are talking about foreigners who have never been exposed to all this. All of them got up and without knowing, because he kept talking. Maybe he turned towards them, we do not know. He kept on talking. He didn't break that, that communication between himself, the speaker and the audience. He kept on moving outside. All of them, without their knowledge, had gotten up from their seat and they were also moving along with him. He went out of the building, he went onto the road. The whole crowd was on the road. Like a rally over there, small crowd, but still they were all on the road. Naturally, traffic will get affected. At that point of time, maybe some horn, maybe something, maybe the police came, and then he stopped. Swami Ramatirtha stopped talking. Immediately the charm was broken and everybody came back to their senses, and they found that they were not sitting in the hall, but they were all out on the street over there. This is recorded. Then they were wondering how they came over there. All body sense, physical sense lost. They were with him, rather they were with Krishna when they all came out. Then Swami Ramatirtha turned to them and said, "If I, who belongs to almost our time, not our times, a few years I can say earlier, a little earlier. So if I, who belongs to nowadays, I'm talking to you all foreigners who have not even been associated or connected with our tradition, with our Puranas. When I talk about Krishna, you people all left the hall, left the seats, and you have come behind me without even knowing that you have come behind me. You are not even aware that you have got up from your seat and you have walked out of the hall behind me and you have come just by hearing about Krishna from me." Can you imagine when Krishna himself was there at that point of time, what must have happened to the Gopas and the Gopis? Now your question is answered. They all kept quiet. That is called Vishishta. We say out of the box, it's something like that. So therefore that is why we are told we can never ever describe him. Any description of him, the best description of him also will fall short. In Tamil, there is a song on Ganesha, Tattva Mariyatarama, Mooladhara Unadu Tattva Mariyatarama. Is it possible for me to understand you? What you signify, what you stand for? Is it possible? You are something special. You are unique. You are special. You are out of the normal or out of the ordinary. That's the meaning. We can go, so many examples and illustrations we can give for this one word, Vishishṭaḥ. So ishṭaḥ we have finished, viṣiṣṭaḥ we have finished. The next nama is śiṣṭēṣṭaḥ. It can be split into two words, śiṣṭaḥ plus ishṭaḥ. We've already seen the meaning of ishṭaḥ, means very dear to us. So who is dear to the Lord, or the other way around also? He should be dear to the Lord and the Lord should be dear to him. Śiṣṭa. Śiṣṭa means a good person, noble person, virtuous person. The spiritual bent of mind should be there. A person who is following the path of Dharma, such a person is called as a Śiṣṭa Vyakti. Bhagavan, and to such a person, Bhagavan becomes very, very dear. Not only that, the other way around also is equally true. That person becomes very, very dear to Bhagavan also. So it's not that the Lord is dear to us, but we become dear to the Lord. That's how we must conduct ourselves in life. In the Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter, the last 8 shlokas, which we call a Dharmashtaka. So there, what does Bhagavan mean by Dharma? He means values over there. So values are equal to Dharma and Dharma is equal to value. So when we say I am a Dharma person who is walking the path of Dharma, it should mean that we have got all the good values in us. That's what Dharma means. So at the end, in those 8 shlokas, Bhagavan says, whoever he be or she be who is practicing all these various virtues or qualities are very, very dear to me. And all those values, he puts them all together and calls them as Dharma. He doesn't say values, he says Dharma. So if we have values, good values in us, automatically we are a person with Dharma. We are following the path of Dharma. So it's not that the Lord is dear to us. We can all say, Gurudev used to very nicely say, we all proclaim that we are a devotee of Krishna or we are a devotee of Rama. We are a devotee of the Lord. He is the Lord of my heart and I love him. We say all these things. But very nice you say, ask the Lord whether you are dear to him. That's how it should be. So not only that the Lord is dear to us, but we must become dear to the Lord. What we have done is we have written on a piece of paper that this is to certify that we are a devotee of the Lord, and we have self-attested it also, and we are carrying that certificate with us, claiming that we are Lord's devotee. But Bhagavan has to give the certificate to us. When we have finished our graduation, it's the university that has to give us the degree. We can't just write over there on a piece of paper and say, I finished my BSc or my MSc. It won't hold good. It won't be valid. But the university has to tell us, this is to certify that so and so is a master of science or a master of arts or whatever it be. And their seal, etc. That will have value. So therefore, it's not that we call ourselves a devotee of the Lord, but the Lord should accept us as his devotee. And very clearly the Lord says in the 12th chapter, those last 8 verses over there, they're called as Dharma Ashtakam, 8 verses. He says, any person who has got these qualities, I consider him as my greatest devotee. So if all those qualities are missing in us, and yet if we call ourselves as a devotee of the Lord, it won't hold good at all. Bhagavan has to endorse that we are his devotee. He must give us the certificate. When will he give the certificate to us? Only when we have got all these virtues and values in us. So śiṣṭa ishṭaḥ, it means both ways. Lord is dear to us and we should become dear to the Lord. In Hanuman Chalis, Kumati Nivara Sumati ke Sangi. So Kumati and Sumati. Mati means buddhi over there. It can mean a person also. An evil person like a Rakshasic like person and a saintly person. Hanumanji is always on the side of the saintly person, the virtuous people, the noble people. Whereas on the other side, Kumati Nivara is completely never ever found in the vicinity of Kumatis, bad people, evil-minded people. So that is outside, but within us also, what does it represent? Kumati means bad intellect means bad thoughts, evil ideas, evil design. We plan out schemes and designs within our own intellect, which may not be beneficial to us, and of course it will never be beneficial to everybody, to the outside world also. That's called kumati. Cheating, plan, and first of all everything gets planned in our intellect. Only then it comes to the mind level, and then at the physical level we implement it. So whatever we do at the physical level, first it gets created, it's planned out all in our mati or intellect. So Hanumanji is never with the kumati, but on the other side he is with sumati. Noble people, virtuous people, they are sangha evil. So it also means having or creating in us good values, good thoughts, good ideologies. Everything should be noble and good, starting from our intellect onwards. If that is there, then the Lord is with us. In the Mahabharata, there is a very beautiful instance. I think I have quoted it earlier also, but I am not sure. Just before the Kurukshetra war was to begin, Yudhishthira gets down from his chariot and proceeds towards Bhishma Pitamaha. Everybody is worried. What is he doing now? War has been declared. Kauravas are on side, Pandavas are on the other side along with their allies. And then the war is about to start, and Yudhishthira, of course he never wanted the war, we know that. He sent Krishna as a peace ambassador, and we know what happened. Finally they all met on the battlefield. So just before the war, Yudhishthira gets down from the chariot and goes up to Bhishma Pitamaha, the eldest, the most revered person, and asks for his blessings. When will we ask for blessing? What will we ask for? Will we ever ask for defeat? Will we ever ask for failure? We won't. But he goes there, and from where is he coming? He is coming from the enemy side. Pandavas are the enemies of the Kauravas, and Bhishma Pitamaha is on the Kaurava side. How much of dharma sankata must have been there for Bhishma Pitamaha? So he goes and asks for his blessing. Obviously the blessings is for victory, for winning, for success. And he goes, why? He knows Bhishma Pitamaha is always on the side of dharma. He knows heart of hearts. So therefore he goes and asks for blessings, and very beautifully it comes in the Mahabharata. Bhishma Pitamaha says, you are on the side of dharma, means you are noble, you are virtuous, everything that is good, which stands for dharma. You are dharma personified. We call Yudhishthira as Dharmaraja. So you are on the side of dharma, you are on the side of truth, and where dharma and truth are, Lord will be there on that side. Means Krishna will be there always on the side of truth and dharma. Why are you worried? You know what is going to happen. Yours of course will be victory. And therefore he says, go and do whatever you are supposed to do. Means war. Don't half-heartedly fight the war. Put your soul and heart into it, because that's your karma now. So without thinking of the result, you go and do whatever you are supposed to do in this time, in this place, in this situation. So indirectly, Bhishma Pitamaha has already told Yudhishthira that you are going to win. Why? Dharma and Satya is on your side. Where Dharma and truth are there, Bhagavan will be there on that side. Krishna is already with you. Why are you worried? You don't need my blessings at all. So therefore, when the Lord becomes dear to us, and the other way around also, we are dear to the Lord and the Lord becomes dear to us, everything will fall in place in our lives. Śiṣṭaḥ, ishṭaḥ. śikhaṇḍī. Shikhanda means peacock feather. So śikhaṇḍī means one who wears the peacock feather. We know Krishna is always associated with the peacock feather on his crown. So why does he wear it? One is, it's so beautiful. Such beautiful colors, are the various shades are there. Krishna is akarshanaat, just like the peacock attracts us all with its beautiful, when it spreads its feathers, we know how beautiful it looks. There is nothing more beautiful that it's incomparable. And when it starts to dance, we know how it is. So therefore, peacock is supposed to, it's supposed to have the, vanity also, that it is the best, it's most beautiful. So peacock feather stands for everything that is sundara, beautiful. Where else should it be except on Bhagavan's crown? So the peacock feather on Krishna's crown represents that Krishna is the most beautiful. Mohana Krishna, Lavanya, Rama or Krishna, all our masters have written such beautiful kritis, kirtanas. Mohana Rama, Lavanya Rama on Krishna. There is nobody who can be compared to you when it comes to your beauty. How you attract, sheer beauty. We're talking about that. Not as a personality also, he is very beautiful. He is a compelling personality. But the very beauty, even externally also, Krishna is the one who attracts everybody. Krishna and the music which comes out of Krishna's flute, all of them have been so beautifully glorified in the Bhagavad Vinod. So therefore, that is why he sports peacock feather. There is another very interesting, scientifically, the significance over here. Actually, the peacock feather doesn't have all those beautiful shades. All the lovely, beautiful blue, green, violet, purplish tinge, which we see, the various shades that we see in a peacock feather, which makes it so beautiful, are really not there in the peacock feather. It's not real. All those colors, blue, the green, and the purplish color or the violetish color, and the different shades, there is no color pigment over there. There is no, these color pigments are not there present in the peacock feather. Then what's the color of the peacock feather? It is brown. Far from truth it looks like. It's supposed to be just brown. Then why do we not see it? So the real color is brown, which we are not seeing. We are not seeing the real. But instead of seeing the real, we are seeing blue shade, green shade, etc., which are all unreal, which is not there, but we are seeing it. That's called Maya. What is Maya? Simple meaning of Maya is that which is real, we have taken it to be unreal. And that which is unreal, we have taken it to be real. As simple as that is the meaning of Maya. Whatever is real, now for us it has become unreal. Brahman and Lord all-pervading, He is there in it. It all looks so difficult for us to comprehend and apprehend even intellectually. So the reality is far away from us. It looks unreal, where we say. And the unreal, which is not there, everything around us and about us, which is all coming and going in our lives, that is the meaning of unreal. We have taken it to be real. This is called, in a nutshell, Maya. The peacock feather signifies this for us. What is real, we are not able to see. The brown color. And what is unreal, we are able to see. Why do we see those different shades? That's all that comes in optics. I don't want to take a physics class over here. When sun's light, it's just like when sun's light falls on a prism, how when the light goes through a prism, it splits into its 7 colors. Similarly, like that, when sun's light passes through the various the thickness, peacock feather has got some thickness, varied thickness. So when the light is going through those varied thicknesses of the peacock feather, and then it gets reflected and comes to our eye, we see all these colors. Because the interference, that's why I say we won't go into a physics class. So it's the sun's light which falls on the peacock feather, which is brown, which the same light, when it comes to us, it indicates to us the blue color, the green color, and all the various, the entire layout of the colors on the peacock feather, which is not true at all. So the peacock feather signifies Maya for us. Bhagavan is the Lord of Maya. He is Maya Adhisha. Lord of Maya. We are all Maya Adina. We are all under the clutches of Maya. But Bhagavan is not under the clutches of Maya. He rules over it. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, my divine Maya is not so ordinary, it's divine. Very difficult for people to cross over. But those who invoke me, sure, they will be able to cross over my Maya. So he wields the Maya along with him. So for him, for us, Maya is a negative point because it takes us through all trouble, problems, etc. But for the Lord, Maya is not troublesome for him. He uses Maya whenever he wants. 9th chapter of the Gita. Maya, he uses Maya for the purpose of creation. So whenever he wants, he takes the help of Maya, his own divine power and Shakti, and creates whatever he creates, maintains, and finally dissolution also takes place. All with this Shakti called Maya. So and it is completely under him. And therefore he is sporting it. For him, Maya has become an ornament. Just like the snake is an ornament for Shiva. Snake represents the mind. Mind is nothing but Maya. So for all of us, Maya is not an ornament. Maya makes us suffer. But in the case of the Lord, it has become his bhushana, it has become. It's become an ornament for him. To indicate that we have got Shiva with all snake ornaments, and we have snake's characteristics also, how it slips away, how it goes zigzag, zigzag. That's how Maya comes into our. I do not know why I did this, all because of Maya. It's so deceptive, it is so deceiving. We never knew what we are doing. We didn't want to do it, but we did it. All these characteristics are supposed to be the traits of a snake. So in our case, it's poisonous for us, the snake. But in the case of Shiva, it has become his ornament. He wears Maya as his ornament. Similarly, Krishna also wears Maya as his ornament. And that's what the peacock feather indicates for us. Shikhandi. Next word, nahuṣō, comes from the word nahanam. Nahanam means Maya. So nahuṣō means Lord of Maya. That's why both the words probably have come together. Shikhandi, nahuṣō. Nahuṣō means one who knows everything about Maya. What all Maya does. Bhagavan, of course, should know what all his Shakti or his power, the power which is associated with him, what all it can do. He cannot say, I never knew Maya can do all these things, but I did not know. Not possible. Whatever Maya does, he should know, because he is the one who is directing Maya to do whatever she is doing. So the one who knows completely about, and what does Maya do to us? First thing is bondage. We are supposed to be immortal, unconditioned, unlimited. That's supposed to be our true nature. But we are all bound. We feel we are mortal, we are conditioned, we are limited, we are finite. Exactly the opposite. We know not how this happened to us. How did I, the immortal, become the mortal? How did I, the infinite, become finite? The unlimited and the unconditioned become the limited and the conditioned. It's all the work of Maya, the bondage it creates. Who knows? We do not know. That's why it's so difficult for us to get out of it. In Bhajagovindam, Shankara says, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, all because of Maya, we come and go. Iha samsare bahu dustar. It's very difficult for us to cross over the ocean of Maya. Oh Lord, Murare, please, with your grace and blessings alone, we can cross over. Murari, Mura means ego there. Ego stands for Maya there, the Lord of Maya. Therefore, nahuṣō means one who is very, very familiar with the bondages created by Maya. He knows Maya. He knows what all Maya is capable of doing. And she will do whatever she is doing only with his support. He has to say, and only then she will do. She can't do anything independently. She is dependent on him who is independent. Therefore, he is called as Lord of Maya. He knows everything. Maya cannot touch him at all. But we know we are all overwhelmed with Maya. Therefore, nahuṣō. That's what it means. So, śikhaṇḍī, nahuṣō, vṛṣaḥ. We have gone through this elaborately with the words which came earlier. Vṛṣaparva, vṛṣabāha, vṛṣaḥi, vṛṣakarma, vṛṣakrīt, yes, vṛṣodaraḥ, vṛṣakapihi. So many words were there. Vṛṣaḥ stands for Dharma. So we won't go into it again because we've, I think, exhaustively dealt with that. Bhagavan is Dharma. When we say Bhagavan is Sanatana Dharma, and therefore we are all a Sanatani when we say, what does it mean? Sanatana means always, eternal, everlasting, permanent, the highest, the most ancient. Most ancient doesn't mean old, means it's beyond the time. Dharma means the law of being. That factor because of which a thing is a thing, minus which the thing is not a thing. So sweetness is the dharma of sugar. Minus sweetness, sugar is not sugar. Saltiness is the dharma of salt. Heat and light is the dharma of sun. The very law of being, the very existence, absolute existence, the nameless, formless, attributeless, absolute existence which lends existence for all of us. The lends existence for the entire external world of things, and of course lends existence to our equipment. Therefore we exist. How do we exist? We exist because he exists in us as life, as consciousness. So in that sense, Dharma. He is the very Dharma in all of us, the very law of our being. And what is our law of being? It is immortality. But right now we feel we are far away from immortality. So that's what vṛṣaḥ means. Krōdhahā, one who completely destroys anger. Anger is one of the emotions. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all these षड्विकाराs. They are not good for us. They are our enemies. So one has to transcend them all. In the 3rd chapter, Arjuna asks Krishna, Atakhena prayukto yam papam charati purushah. Why do people do whatever they are doing? Anichannapi. Even though they don't wish to do something, it looks like something is pushing them from behind, as though forcing them to do all the wrong things. Papam. What makes a person do the wrong things, Krishna? Sometimes we don't want to do it. We don't want to cheat. We don't want to tell lies. We don't want to be corrupt because we know they're all papa for us, negative. But still, why do we do it? What compels us? Krishna says, Kama yeshaha, krodha yeshaha, he says. This kama and this krodha. It just doesn't mean kama and krodha, kama, krodha and all the others. All of them lined up over there. But most importantly is kama and krodha. And of that also kama comes first. Where kama is, krodha will come. So therefore, Bhagavan's grace we need to destroy the desires that are therein. What desire? Ego-centered desires, selfish desires, egocentric desires. They should be destroyed in us. Right now, not the sattvic desires and all. First now we have to create in us the sattvic desires by moving away or by destroying the egocentric desires. Later on we have to move even beyond desire. All desires we have to transcend. Then only a person reaches the state of enlightenment. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partam anogatan. 2nd chapter Bhagavan says, when Arjuna asks, who is a man of wisdom or a man of realization? He says, Prajahati yada kaman. One who has totally given away all desires. From where? From within him. So good also should not be there, bad also should not be there. One who is totally beyond desires, who has nullified them all, cancelled it all up, such a person only we can say as a Jivan Mukta. But right now for us, we have to remove all these bad desire, negative desire, and therefore we have to substitute it with good desire. A desire for a satsang, a desire for a puja, ityadi, desire for good knowledge. So therefore kama, krodha, where kama is, krodha will immediately be there, just behind it. When our desires don't get fulfilled, what will happen to us? Immediately the emotion that will come to us is krodha. And sometimes we know how krodha is not just anger, rage, wrath, which can even physically blinden a person. To that extent it can go when it overwhelms a person. Not good for anybody, not good for our health, physical, mental or mental. So whom should we invoke to destroy the krodha that is there in us? Bhagavan. Why? When he comes, he will completely destroy the anger, the krodha that is there in us. It's a very, very negative emotion. The emotions are good, but then when they go beyond the limit, then they become destructive to us. So therefore one who can be invoked so that he will come and destroy that anger, that rage and wrath that is there in us. We say, I do not know why I did like this. Why did you do? Why did you throw this at her, or throw the chair, or throw the table, chair or the book, or throw utensils in the kitchen? Some people do that. When they're very angry, they'll go to the kitchen and then glasses and saucers and spoons will come flying in the air. They do not know what they're doing. If they knew, they wouldn't have done it. It can hit a person. It can even kill a person if it hits at the wrong place. So they can become very, very destructive. And there are very many people who have this destructive aspect of anger, which should be completely destroyed. Whom should we invoke? Bhagavan. He will come and destroy that element of anger in us, which is not good for our spiritual journey. Immediately we can think that means we should never get angry at all. Supposing somebody is really doing something wrong, children are doing something wrong. Every time the child goes and cheats in the test or the exam, and then the complaint comes to us. What should we do? Should we never get angry at all? Bhagavan said, krōdhakṛtkartā. He is the one who will give to us also anger. Some people are there, I never get angry. Anything, I don't get angry at all. It's sometimes not good for us also. Because we are living in a dualistic world, a pluralistic world, where everything is there. So if we never get angry at all, then we can never pull up a person from the wrong that they are doing. So sometimes it's good to get angry also, but we should know our limits and then get angry. But what happens is we allow the anger to overwhelm us. Anger should be there in our hand to use it for good purpose, for ourselves and for our near and dear ones. The problem is anger overwhelms us, then it becomes destructive for us and destructive for everybody else. Therefore, we need that aspect of anger also, to be able to say, no, you are doing this, I am getting very angry. Next time if you do like this, you see. So we need that also, otherwise people will continue, those who are dependent on her, they will continue to do the wrong things. Why? Parents never got angry with me. They never told me that what I am doing is wrong. Therefore, I continue. So that element of anger also should be there in us, but it should be there in measured doses. So therefore, who will give it to us? Bhagavan alone will give it to us also. It looks like contradictory. Two namas which are contradicting each other. One, he destroys anger. In another one, Bhagavan gives to us anger, so that we can use it as a tool or an instrument. Gurudev used to very nicely say, I have anger in my pocket. This is the way you put these things into us. I have anger in my pocket. When I want, I take it out, use it and put it back into my pocket. The problem is we never put it into our pocket. See, just like we use a pen or whatever it is, it's there in the pocket, always we don't use it, and when we want, we take it out of our pocket, use it, and then again put it back inside. So it should become something which is there for me to use whenever I want for good purposes. So you say, I have anger, it's there in my pocket, When I want, I take it out, use it, and then put it back inside. So like that, we need this krodha. Krit means one who generates anger in us and makes us do whatever, karta, makes us further do whatever we are supposed to do. When we get angry, we have to do something. We will do something. And whatever we do should become a blessing to us, useful for us. It should be meaningful and purposeful for us and for at least the immediate environment, our family at least. Therefore, krōdhakṛtkartā. That is why in our tradition we have the Saumya form and the Raudra form also. Bhagavan can never ever kill the Rakshasas with a Saumya form, not possible. When we are very, very happy and calm, how can we pull up our children if they are doing anything wrong? At least we have to make them feel we are angry. Otherwise, the lesson will never go across to them. So when Rakshasas are being killed over there, when the army is hitting out at the neighbor, they can't do it with a Saumya, in a Saumya aspect. The Raudrata should come up in them. So that's why we have an Ananda Tandava and a Samhara Tandava. Both are dances. So Ananda is Saumya, creative it is, beneficial. But sometimes things have to be destroyed, annihilated, dissolved away for the good of everybody. Then Bhagavan does his Samhara Tandava. Tripurasura, when he killed, Bhagavan is supposed to have done a Samhara Tandava. Then at that point of time, what would he have invoked in himself? The anger element. But he knows how to use it. So therefore we have the Saumya form of worship of our deities, and we have the Raudra form also. Both are there. We can take to whatever we want. Ugra Narasimha. When Narasimha came, he can't tear up Hiranyakashipu with a Saumya form. He was very, very angry, we are told. Raudra Murti. Nobody could go near him. Even Lakshmi could not. Then Brahma comes, we are told, and makes Prahalada go near him, so that Bhagavan calms down. And then when Narasimha Swami, Lord Narasimha, sees that little Prahalada, for whose sake he manifested this Raudra Avatara form, he calms down. So none of the emotions, or none of them are bad that way. We need all emotions, but we should not become emotional. Emotionalism should not come to us. All of them, if they are there in their limited quantity, depend in the context, the place, time, occasion, everything taken care of, it'll help us, and it'll help everybody around. Even Rama got angry. Sita asks Hanumanji when he meets her in Ashokavana. So beautiful. She is in a crisis situation. We are told always Sita is crying. Sita is not always crying. She represents a very, very strong person who said no to Ravana. Not the Ravana outside, but the Ravana inside. How many of us compromise? So the Sita in us, we should never compromise on principles. No means no. Come what may, no means no. It should be like that. So even though she has been in, he has held her captive in Ashokavana. Ravana has held her captive. When Hanumanji goes and talks to her so beautifully, there is a lesson over there. She asks Hanumanji, what is Rama doing? How is he conducting himself in the jungle? Are all the values still intact in him? Has he got love in him? Has he got the aspect of truth in him? Is he considerate towards people? Is he kind and generous? Has he got this aspect of acknowledging and expressing gratitude towards those who have done something for him? Are all of them there, or they've gone away? She asks. There's so much we can learn from Sita in Ashokavana. So, and at the right time, Rama also must get angry. Wait till Rama never gets angry. Rama gets angry. So when Rama's qualities are enumerated, we are told he knows when to get angry and when not to get angry. That itself is a beautiful ornament in him. He knows when to get angry and he knows when not to get angry. And when Rama gets angry, nobody can stand in front of him. He is pralaya, walking on 2 feet. So like that. So krōdhahā, krōdhakṛtkartā, viśvabāhu. Bahu means shoulders. Vishwa means universe. So in this universe there are so many beings, countless beings we all are. All of us have shoulders. Shoulders always represent our strength. Bhujabala we say. For a soldier, if the shoulders are weak, if there is no strength for whatever reason, he cannot ever join the army. Even for anything, lifting up something or stirring something, our shoulders should have a lot of strength. From there, the strength flows up to our hand and fingers. So therefore, Bhuja, Vishvabāhu, he's got, Vishwa means universal, means many, many, many. So Vishvabāhu means one who has got so many hands, one who has got so many shoulders. Earlier we had come across the word, I think, one who has got many many heads, Shira. It had come earlier. One who has got many eyes, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapat. One who has got 1,000 hands. One who has got 1,000 eyes. One who has got 1,000 path means legs. Sahasra doesn't mean 999 plus 1. Many, many. Means all our eyes are functioning because of the Lord's grace. He is the power of vision behind everybody's pair of eyes. In that sense, all eyes are His. All legs are His, in the sense, the power of locomotion in all our legs is because of Bhagavan. So in that sense, all legs are His. All heads are His. In the sense, in the head we have our buddhi, intellect. In the intellect is our intelligence. He says, Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. I am the intelligence in the intellect. So all our intelligence in all our heads is His. In that sense, He says, all heads I am, all eyes I am, all ears I am, all legs I am. Here He says, all shoulders I am. So all our strengths, Bhujabala, the strength of our shoulders, because of which we are all working, we are so dynamic, is all because of the Lord's grace. If He withdraws His grace, our shoulders will become weak. They won't be able to do any work at all. So in that sense, Bhagavan is identifying Himself with our shoulders, with the strength of our shoulders, and He says, I am your shoulder. I am your shoulders itself. Means I am the strength in your shoulders. So all and not only as here, plant kingdom, animal, they don't have shoulders, but they have strength. So the strength that is there in the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, and of course we human beings, the devatas, divine beings, semi-divine beings, the strength that is there in all of us is nothing but His strength. Where else will we get our strength from but from Him? In that sense, Vishvabāhuhu Mahīdharaḥ. This again a nama similar to this had earlier come. Dharani Dharaha had already come. Mahi means Mother Earth. So Mahīdharaḥ means one who is the substratum or the support of Mother Earth. Who supports her? He alone supports her. In that sense, He is the consort of Bhudevi. Without Him, where is Mother Earth? Where is the solar system? Where are the universes? Where are the worlds? Bhagavan supports everything. So Mahīdharaḥ, actually Mahi means earth. So one who supports, earth means mud. Mud means material. So for all materialism, He is the Lord. He is the Lord of the materialistic world. In its largest suggestiveness, significance. Or we can say he is the consort of Mother Earth. Mahi also means he who receives adorations. We all adore him, we glorify him, we invoke him, we praise him. So one who is glorified by, praised by, invoked by his devotees is the meaning of Mahidhara also. So therefore that's the meaning of Mahidhara.